Hey, what is going on, guys? I just wanted to share a thought with you. All right. Last night at men's Bible study, we were talking about knowing God. We were talking about different Bible verses and just all of God's glory and his goodness. And we were talking about how you could see a picture of the ocean, but you don't understand it until you stand before the ocean. You don't know what that's like, that vastness of the ocean. I remember when I first stood before the ocean in Florida and I was like, "Oh my goodness." Like you feel so small, you feel so minuscule. You almost learn something about yourself in a weird way. You learn about how small you are. And not to put it negatively, but almost insignificant. And all of a sudden things in your life start to, for me anyway, maybe it's because I'm a thinker and I'm a little over dramatic at times, is I began to just think about just different times in my life, how I responded, what I did, and even as much as we like to say we live with no regrets, regrets popped up or things where I lost my temper quickly or whatever. It just started to make me understand the insignificance of things that I held so near and dear, and that was just standing before the ocean and understanding its vastness. Well, I want to compare that to, all right, when we come before God's throne. And I don't just mean in the end of time, I'm talking about when we enter into God's presence. When we enter into God's presence, it's like standing before the ocean because that is a moment where we can see just a bit of his glory, where we can see and come to know him more because none of us will ever fully know God. You can't. There's too much. I mean, to know his glory, I mean, it's impossible to know all of it. And so in those moments, whether it be in our prayer closet, whether it be in our drives to work, if you're listening to worship and praying, or if it's like tonight, Wednesday night at New Life, we have our prayer and worship service. And then tomorrow, National Day of Prayer, where we have the church open all day long and there'll be communion and music playing and so on. And you can come and go as you please for National Day of Prayer in the sanctuary. But it's it's something it's something to be in those moments with God. It's not just reading God's word, and it's not just a religious experience or religious activities, you know, but it's truly God's presence when He shows up. That's what makes the difference. That's where we come to know God. That is where we start to learn about ourselves in context of our relationship with God. And that's more important than anything. It doesn't matter what we've done today, my sin, my struggle, where I've messed up, where I've gone wrong, and all these things. But then when I come to that place with Him and I can make it right with God, and then I begin to learn and I begin to know and I begin to spend time with Him, that's what makes the difference. It's not just some religious ceremony. It's the relationship moment. Just like standing before the ocean, standing before God in his presence, how it can really transform us. So I just wanted to encourage you with that today. Hopefully it encourages you. Hopefully it means something to you. And hopefully we'll see you at prayer service tonight, prayer and worship service tonight, and hopefully tomorrow for National Day of Prayer. Uh, God bless you and have a great day.